Welcome, listeners. Welcome to our storytelling time. Good morning. Good morning. Can I hear good morning from you? How are you today? How are you today? Are you feeling fine? Are you okay? I hope everyone is feeling well. Today is Wednesday, the 4th of December, and we are going to have another story today. And let's have some vocabulary words. Now look at this picture, and I'd like you to repeat after me. Meadow. Say it with me. Meadow. What do you see? What do you see in this picture? You can see many flowers. What else? Trees, grasses, and many more. Okay, here we have another picture. Repeat after me. Wolf. That's right. Wolf. Okay, it's an animal. Look at this. Say the word hungry. Hungry. Are you hungry? Are you hungry now? I'm sure you had your breakfast earlier. Okay, are you ready for our story today? Are you ready? If you're ready, I want you to say, "Yes, I am." Are you ready? Okay, let's begin. So, the story I'm going to tell you about is Peter and the Wolf. So, this is Peter, and this is the Hungry Wolf. Peter and the Wolf. Once upon a time, Peter and his grandfather lived in a house next to a beautiful green meadow. Next to the meadow, there was a dark forest, and in the middle of the forest, there lived a hungry wolf. "Peter, you must stay in the garden," said grandfather. "You must never go into the meadow on your own." "But why?" said Peter. "Because there is a hungry wolf in the forest. He might come out in the forest and eat you up," said grandfather. Peter looked over the garden wall. The meadow looked very beautiful. A little red bird flew up to a tree. "Hello, Peter," called the bird. "Why don't you come into the meadow?" So Peter climbed over the garden wall and went into the meadow. There was a pond in the middle of the green meadow. A duck waddled past Peter, jumped into the pond, and swam away. The little red bird flew down to the duck. "Come back," she said. "What a funny walk you have. Why don't you fly like me?" "I don't want to fly like you," said the duck. "Why don't you swim like me?" The two birds were very cross with each other, and they made a lot of noise. Suddenly, Peter saw a cat crawling towards the birds. "Look out!" called Peter. "The cat will get you." At once, the little red bird flew up to the top of the tree, and the duck swam to the middle of the pond. The cat saw that she would have to wait a little longer to eat. She walked over to the tree. Just then, Peter's grandfather came into the garden. He looked over the wall and saw Peter in the meadow. He was very cross with Peter. "Come back at once. I told you not to go into the meadow," said Grandfather. So Peter climbed over the wall and went back into the garden with his grandfather. Suddenly, the wolf came out of the forest. He saw the little red bird, the duck, and the cat. He was so hungry that he wanted to eat them all. The cat climbed to the very top of the tree where the little red bird was sitting. The two of them waited to see what might happen. The duck jumped out of the pond and ran and ran. She ran as fast as she could, but the hungry wolf ran faster. He caught her in his mouth. Then he ate her up. Then the wolf walked round and round the tree where the cat and the little red bird were sitting. The hungry wolf looked up at them. The cat and the bird were very frightened. Peter found a very long rope. Then he climbed on top of the garden wall. "Fly around the wolf's head," he called the little red bird. "Make him dizzy, but keep him away from his mouth." The little red bird flew round and round the wolf's head. The hungry wolf tried to catch the little red bird, but after a time, he was very dizzy. Peter climbed up to the big tree. Then he let down the rope and caught the wolf by the tail. By the tail. The wolf jumped up and down and tried to get away, but Peter held onto the rope. "You won't get away from me," he said. Just then, Grandfather came out of the garden and saw Peter sitting in the tree. "What are you doing up there?" he called. "I've caught a wolf," said Peter. "Look!" Suddenly, some hunters came into the meadow. They were looking for the wolf. "Here he is," said Peter. "Please, will you take him away so that I can play in the meadow?" So the hunters took the wolf to another forest, a long way away from Peter and his grandfather, the cat, and the little red bird. They never saw him again. And Peter's grandfather let him play in the beautiful meadow with the little red bird and the cat. And that's the end of our story today. Did you like the story? What can you remember from our story? What animals were there? What animals? There's a bird. What else? There's a cat. Can you remember some more? There's a wolf and a duck. Yes, that's a duck. Okay, let's read the moral of the story. Courage, cleverness, and preparedness can overcome challenges and dangers. Let's read some more. Courage, cleverness, and preparedness can overcome challenges and dangers. So that's the moral of the story about Peter and the wolf. Okay, let's have a short quiz before I let you watch a short film about the story today. Okay, you know the drill. One, two, or three. Okay, you just raise your hand. What's the name of the boy in the story? What's the name of the boy in the story? Kevin, Peter, John. Is it one, two, or three? Kevin, Peter, John. What's his name? His name is Peter. Very good. If you can remember his name, Peter. The boy's name is Peter. Okay, next. In the story, what scary animal lived in the forest? In the story, what scary animal lived in the forest? Was it a wolf, duck, or lion? One, two, or three. Wolf, duck, lion. What's the answer? It's the wolf. Very good. The wolf lived in the forest. Good job if you got it correctly. Who did Peter live with? Who did Peter live with? His mother. That's one. Two, his father. Or three, his grandfather. Who did Peter live with? His mother, his father, or his grandfather? What's your answer? One, two, or three? The answer is three. Peter lived with his grandfather. Okay, I want you to repeat after me. Grandfather. Grandfather. This is Peter's grandfather. What animal climbed up the tree? What animal climbed up the tree? Was it the cat, the duck, or the bird? One, two, or three? What's your answer? Cat, duck, or the bird? The answer is one. It's the cat. What animal is this again? Look at the pointer. This is the wolf. This is the duck. This is... What animal is this? It's the bird and the cat. That's right. Next question. Who caught the wolf? Who caught the wolf? One, is it Grandpa? Two, cat and bird. Or three, Peter? One, Grandpa. Two, cat and bird. Three, Peter. Who caught the wolf? The answer is Peter. Peter caught the wolf using this rope. It's a rope. Okay, so let's watch a short video about Peter and the wolf. Are you ready? I want you to just sit back, listen, and watch the movie. It's a short video.
Peter and the Wolf.
Quack, quack.
Peter lives with his grandfather. Their house is by a forest. One morning, Peter walks into a big green field. His grandfather's duck follows him. A little bird in a tree sees the duck. The bird asks,
What kind of bird are you? Can you fly?
The duck says,
What kind of bird are you? Can you swim?
and the duck jumps into the water.
Quack, 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 quack. Peter, Peter, what are you doing? There is a wolf in the forest,
says Peter's grandfather.
I'm not afraid of a wolf,
says Peter. Peter and his grandfather go home. A big wolf comes out of the forest. The little bird flies into a tall tree. But the duck, oh no! The duck is out of the water. The wolf eats him. Peter comes running. He has a rope. The little bird helps Peter. The bird flies around the wolf's head. Peter puts the rope around the wolf's tail. He catches the wolf. Now, what will they do with the wolf? They will take him to the zoo. Two big, strong men take the wolf. They walk to the zoo. Peter and his grandfather walk with them. The little bird flies over them.
Who is afraid of a wolf?
Asks Peter.
Not me.
And that's the end of the story. How was it? How did you like the story? Did you like the story? Okay, so I hope you liked our story for this week. And now let's proceed to our weekly sentence. Are you ready for your weekly sentence? Now I'd like you to take out your booklets, your brochure. So if you have it with you, please, I want you to follow and repeat after me. For grades 1 and 2, here is your weekly sentence. Week 15. It's a book. Say it with me. It's a book. Very good. It's a book. Okay, I want you to practice some more with your friends. Okay? For grades 3 and 4. Now repeat after me. Do you want some pizza? Okay, one more time. Do you want some pizza? Now it's your turn to practice with your friends. Do you want some pizza? Okay, for grades 5 and 6, here's your week 15 sentence. How much are the socks? How much are the socks? take some time to practice with your friends. Okay, keep on practicing till you get familiar with these sentences. And that's the end of our session for this week. I'll see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.